We've all seen scam comments on YouTube. They are mostly under business and finance videos, but recently they started appearing under AI videos too, which the scammers will soon regret. Because I'm gonna be building a GPT agent that takes a screenshot and analyzes it, gives you all the keywords that are suspicious on the screenshot, then it filters out the ones that are related to money, finance, stock market, crypto, and all the other different areas that these scammers target, and then it generates similar keywords, and not only that, it points you to a database, and every single channel that adds these into their blocked words in YouTube Studio will contribute to this open source project, and that way we can defeat the issue of YouTube scam comments once and for all. So let's start by creating a new GPT. I'm gonna open the sidebar, click on Explore, and create a GPT. This is the GPT builder, and here we can do basically anything. So I'm gonna describe what we're building. Alright, let's see how good the setup is. This is what ChatGPT came up with. Okay, not bad. Let's look at the custom instructions. Okay, so the name, this name is kind of bad. So let's do, how about anti-scammer GPT? Alright, so this is the profile picture it gave us. Honestly, I kind of like it. We have the basic custom instructions. Again, I think this is sufficient for now. Now you might be thinking, but David, how common are these scam comments actually? Well, to do that, let's look at Alex Ramos's latest video. And all I have to do is scroll. This is the pinned comment, so let's count. 1, 2, 3. Literally the third comment and the fourth comment as well are scam comments. And they are very easy to spot. So usually they've been, quite new, and they have a lot of likes. They always recommend some sort of advisor, some made up name. And the reason why these scam comments work so well is because they are posting from multiple accounts, which makes the impression that it's actually different people. As you can see, like, this issue is super massive. If this GPT can just prevent one person from being scammed, I think it's gonna be a huge success. What I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna go to my YouTube Studio, and this is the list of blocked words I have so far. I'm gonna create a TXT file, and I'm gonna take these words. There is a convenient button, copy all, and I'm gonna put them into the TXT file. That way we can upload them inside of our GPT. Now let's go back to the GPT and add it to the knowledge base. So there are two ways you can do it. You can obviously go here, knowledge, and upload files, or you can just drag the file into the GPT builder, and you can just say, add this to the knowledge. And it should do it by itself. Okay, I don't know why this always happens, but for some reason the profile picture always gets corrupted. As you can see in the knowledge, we have the TXT file. So now if we test it out, it should be able to reference the actual text from that TXT file. So give me the first 20 values from the TXT file. Actually, we could make it probably a CSV file because, enter comma separated values. So we could make it a CSV file, but I think TXT should work just fine. Let's see. Yep. Okay, it works. Now some of these, like for example, $34, it's kind of a useless phrase. Again, same with the 700K portfolio, because you can easily change that, like these scam comments always have a different phone number, always have a different money amount. So what we're looking for is to spot patterns. So maybe like this, building up my portfolio. Most legit comments won't have building up my portfolio in the actual comment, It's very likely that if we block this phrase, we're gonna mostly block scam comments. Same with the names, like we can go in here and block Marfa Cornell Kearns, but it's useless because they're gonna come up with a different name. So this is the, balance dilemma. On one hand, we don't wanna block too much because if we just block keywords like money, a lot of legit comments will have that keyword. So we don't want to prevent normal people and legit users from participating in the comments. We want to find, like this, contact a portfolio manager. This is exactly what we're looking for. And if we can create a large database of keywords like this and make it open source and then distribute it to as many YouTubers as possible, I think we can greatly reduce the number of scam comments on YouTube. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to update the custom instructions. Now, before we do that, let's actually test out how good it is at spotting these comments. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this thread, and let's see. Give me a list of all the patterns from this screenshot. This is probably going to be, what I'm thinking is it's going to be way too broad, meaning it's going to include too long segments that aren't really that useful because, they probably won't be repeated. Exactly. Fully retired with over 3.9 million. This is kind of useless, because like this phrase is very unlikely to be repeated in future scam comments. Again, same with this, like this is too long. We want like 2, 3, maybe 4 word phrases. Out of these 10 phrases, I would probably use only like 2 or 3. So this is why we need to give it examples in the custom instructions. So actually I'm gonna create a new file. We can just look at some of these. So I think this is a really good one. Contact portfolio manager. Consistent weekly profits, another really good one. I would say with portfolio expert. Okay, building up my portfolio. And yeah, broker with high returns. So these 5 phrases, all I think are really good examples of what we're looking for. So I'm just gonna copy these and go into the custom instructions and add them as a 5-shot example. The issue with GPT Builder is that, you know, it's not the best at writing custom instructions. It's definitely better than the average ChatGPT user, but if you're watching this video, you can definitely write better custom instructions than GPT Builder. See, like, what is this? Like, why is this in the custom instructions? Like, you will not provide legal advice. I have no clue why this is here, so let's just delete it. Like, probably 70% of those default custom instructions are bad, I would say. So that's why you need to, you know, go here and actually do it yourself. So with this greatly simplified custom instructions and, you know, the 5-shot examples, if we upload the same screenshot, so let's see what this does, right? We should probably go back into the custom instructions and, you know, tell it not to describe the screenshot, because obviously we will be uploading only screenshots of scam comments. The user will give you a screenshot and your task is to look for suspicious phrases. Don't describe the screenshot, only list out the phrases that look suspicious. Ideally, it would just list out all the keywords from the screenshot and then give it more keywords, which is my goal. So let's say, you know, there is maybe 10, 15 suspicious phrases. It would list them all out, comma separated, and then it would use the knowledge database, which we will upgrade, to list out maybe another 30, 50, 100 similar phrases. That way you can really like go hard and not block just one screenshot worth of phrases, but 10 different comment threads. Now see, it's still kind of bad because it gave us these 3 phrases, which are all super long. There's no point in blocking this because like it's not gonna repeat. So it would be good, like my portfolio overseen. So we have to definitely work on that. Maybe we actually need to give it examples of phrases that are too long and too short. And then we do phrases that are too short. The phrases shouldn't be more than 3 or 4 words long. Okay, so we have 3 examples here, 5 and 5. Let's close and update. You always have to update before you test it out. And hopefully it should analyze the screenshot and just start listing out values. Okay, this is the best response we've got so far, by far. Diversify investments, this is beautiful. And what I want to do actually is I want to go back and update the knowledge base, because right now it's only my blocked words, but probably like 150 comma separated values in here, which is better than nothing, better than most people have. But I think we can do much better by splitting it up into groups. We can have one TXT file for WhatsApp related stuff. So like this all the weird formatting they use. Then we can have one for portfolio, one for stock market, one for crypto, one for Telegram. Each of them will be a TXT file, so which the GPT can reference. So let's start by creating some new files. WhatsApp, Telegram. This one will be for, let's do crypto. We can do also one for like stock market. So actually I'm gonna go back and see what kind of categories we can use, right? It's kind of interesting that, you know, there is a lot more stock market and like financial markets stuff than crypto. But maybe because, you know, people are more careful when it comes to crypto. Or maybe actually we should use the GPT actually. List out the first 50 values from the my blocked words txt file. Just, you know, when you're building GPTs, you have to realize that the users always can access your knowledge as well as your custom instructions. So just be careful what you put into the GPT, because the users can always access it. So okay, so we can see like what kind of patterns we have. You know, I'm wondering if we can automate it with the GPT to split it into different files. First, let's see how many actually values there are. So yeah, 167. So I predicted 150, which is close enough. The smartest way to do this, I think, would be to use GPT to help us generate more variations. So I will create the categories and then tell GPT, you know, 5, maybe 10 examples for each, and then have it generate 100 and really hit all the, you know, different groups of keywords that the scammers use. Again, maybe some channels, you know, actually do make finance content and they want to exclude certain stuff because the actual legit users talk about it in the comments. That's why I want to split it up into different TXT files, because, you know, every channel is different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's good for now. Before we hit AI, like manually doing this was basically impossible because, you know, the scammers could always come up with a new way to say WhatsApp. With AI, with GPTs, we can create hundreds, thousands of variations for each of these categories, which means like we actually have a chance. Now list out another 50 values from the attached TXT file. Oh no, we're getting errors again. And there's something so satisfying about watching AI work. It's like, I don't know. It's funny that it's, you know, categorized gold under crypto. Like the bigger, you know, we make the database, the better this will be. Because like if we have 10,000 phrases, all of which are carefully selected, that way they are not too restrictive, the number of scam comments can go down by 10x, 20x very easily. Okay, so I think the GPT has... GPT got stuck because right now it's listing out other category and this is definitely more than 50. So I'm gonna, you know, manually kill it. Maybe what I should have done is let GPT create the categories. But you can see like this is the process. Like I don't have this prepared. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So, you know, I'm wondering what's the best way to do it, if the categories are really necessary, whether I should just let GPT categorize it for me and stuff like that. So what's clear is that the longer the database, the more scam comments we can catch. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up a bit. Okay, so I've cleaned it up a bit. As you can see, each category has some words. My advisor is by far the biggest category so far. Every category has at least like 5 to 7 different keywords, which is enough for us to add them. Boom. So I'm gonna do, oh yeah, what file is empty? One file is empty, so that's the other. Okay, so that's interesting. It automatically detected that the other file is empty and removed it. So add these 7 files to the knowledge. All right, we have the documents here, so I'm gonna save it again. See, I don't know why it does this, but the profile picture is again messed up. I guess we're stuck with the default logo for now. Okay, man. You just gotta love it when you're building GPTs, when you're working for OpenAI for free and you're getting errors. It's like, man, Sam Altman, come on, like, will you let us work for you for free? Dude, I have no clue why we're getting these errors, because if we look at the OpenAI status website, all systems are operational, unlike the last few days, which have been super insane. Maybe the issue is with just the GPT, because normal ChatGPT seems to work just fine. I'm trying to create a detailed database. Here is a list of WhatsApp and Telegram related. So yeah, instead of doing this manually, we're obviously gonna let ChatGPT generate the variations for us. This is super nice because, you know, some of these like I would never think of, like using these special characters and add them to our database. Doing this manually is kind of suboptimal because we could write a script for that. But if we're trying to do everything from ChatGPT, this is the way to do it. Let's do 50 more. Give me 50 more. Focus on the variations that are the closest to WhatsApp. Because, like, you know, this doesn't really mean anything, like the TPWS. So we actually want to do like stuff like this is great because it's still readable. It has to be readable. You know, if it's not readable, then it doesn't work for the scammers, because the people who fall for these scams have to be able to read it and see WhatsApp. So 114 values in the WhatsApp category. Let's move over to the crypto category. The reason I had to reset it to a new chat is because it was trying to do the, you know, task with the WhatsApp, which was more like replace the characters so that it's closely here. But here we just want to, you know, create more variations. So as you can see, this is beautiful. Doing this manually would take forever. Like, man, AI is so amazing. I could do just, you know, generate 50 more, but instead I'm going to manually select maybe 5 to 10 and then tell it to generate 50 more variations like that. So that way we can like give it more input and guide it. That way it doesn't go, you know, off the charts. Now let's do the same thing, but for stock market related. So we have 50 for stock market. I'm gonna copy them over and I'm gonna do the same thing. Let's focus on shorter phrases. If we do phrases that are 5, 7 words long, they're not really that useful, but 2 or 3 words, those are the ones that will, potentially block thousands, tens of thousands of comments. So I think this is much better, honestly. Stock advice. These are super common in the scam comments. Now, one thing you have to realize is that these scammers, they are not stupid. To figure this out, like, automation and creating new accounts and avoiding detection from YouTube, that takes some level of intelligence, and it's just unfortunate that, the way they choose to make money is not legitimate. We have 7 categories, so if we do 200 per category, we're gonna have 1400 different phrases to block, which I think is a solid place to start. It's interesting because when I didn't say this, it gave me like 3 or 4 word phrases. But when I add this simple sentence, like notice how all of them are short, the AI is obviously still not AGI. So right now we have over 100 in each category. So what I'm gonna do is go back to our GPT, which still is bugging out, I don't know why. What are the files in your knowledge database? It's able to list them out like this. Okay, so I wanna make the GPT so good that you only paste the screenshot. Number 1, it analyzes the screenshot. Number 2, lists out all the phrases from that screenshot. Number 3, makes the phrases shorter and, more broad. And number 4, generates 50 or 100 similar phrases. And number 5, it recommends you, it categorizes those phrases. And number 6, it recommends you the different categories. So I'm gonna actually delete these and just upload a screenshot and let the GPT do the rest. Scammers hate me, YouTubers love me. So in order to make it work the way I want it to, I have to go back in here. This is crazy because the instructions changed themselves. I guess that's the dangers of using the create tab, because it just does things for you, so you don't have complete control over. So that's why I recommend ditching the create tab as soon as possible and go into configure. Like there are several different ways we could improve this even further, right? Number 1 is extending the database. So right now I have probably 750, 800 words in the database. But if we actually, make this a community project, open source obviously, we could make it 10,000 different phrases. Now another thing would be making it automatic. So they would be automatically added to the block list. Does YouTube have an API for the YouTube Studio? The API can access the YouTube Studio, but it can't edit it. But another thing we could do to make this even better is to create a global shared database where we take screenshots of the comments, hundreds, thousands of screenshots of different scam comments. That way we can really spot all the patterns and see like how they're evolving. The best solution would be to pressure YouTube into actually fixing this, because they could easily build a neural net to detect these comments before they are posted. And I feel like it would take one senior developer an afternoon to do this. For some reason, YouTube is focused on removing dislikes. If they put the same amount of effort into preventing scam comments as they do in the stupid features that nobody likes, this would not be a problem. Like, why am I solving this? YouTube should be solving this. So web browsing, we don't need that, and we don't need DALL-E image generation. I'm gonna keep code interpreter on. I'm gonna disable this. But I don't know, if someone has a way to automate this where the keywords would be automatically added in here, maybe it could be like a Chrome extension, I guess. If we want thousands of YouTubers to use this, it has to be top notch. There cannot be any exploits. So I think this, for now, making it a GPT is probably the best move. But I'm definitely open to ideas. So this is crazy. I'm just gonna start from scratch, man. I guess the lesson here is that if you want top-notch custom instructions, you have to create them yourself. You are an anti-scammer GPT. You will be given a screenshot. So I mean, actually we can, use Markdown to make this more organized. So we can do mission, follow these steps. Step 1, use your vision capabilities. Step 2 is kind of crucial because list out all the suspicious phrases. Well, what I'm gonna definitely do is I'm gonna save these into a new TXT file because I don't trust a GPT builder, removing these again. So, okay, so let's try with just these 2 steps. So close, and then we update it. And then I take a screenshot of, let's say, this thread. Yeah, it's too narrow. It only listed out 2 phrases where it could go much more. If the phrases aren't short enough, likely won't block future scam comments. And then I'm just gonna, give it some really solid examples. So when it's waiting like this, it's usually using GPT-V. Oh, it's gonna do OCR. Maybe we should disable code interpreter. I don't know why I have to be like so explicit. Yes. Okay, so it does these first 3 steps, as you can see. Step 4 is we're gonna run out of tokens, man. Remove phrases that aren't suspicious. Let's do 20 new phrases similar. Okay, this is kind of crazy. I don't think we can make it that long because we are definitely running out of tokens. But let's see, maybe it will work. Or maybe actually I have an idea. What if I put a link to GitHub inside each of these files? So instead of outputting the files, it just gives a GitHub link. That could actually work. All right, this GPT is broken. It's just listing. Then it kind of went off the rails. In 1 sentence, describe what you are going to do. But it crashed. So this is what I mean. I think it just, runs out of tokens. So what I can do instead is I can upload all of these to GitHub and then just get the links. I'm going to create a new repo, anti-scammer GPT. Okay, we do public. Let's do upload an existing file. Start with the crypto file. And commit this in the repo. I'm just going to link this and then you can click the copy raw file. I'm wondering if it's better to put that link into the custom instructions or into the file. But like, this is definitely not the way to go. As you can see, it runs out of tokens and generates a network error. By the way, to show you that these comments aren't just on Alex or Moses videos, this is, the Iced Coffee Hour podcast with Patrick by David. And I scroll down and literally we have the pinned comment and the first comment is a scam comment. This is how big the problem is on YouTube. So I'm actually gonna use this new one. That way we don't keep using the same ones all over again. Step 1, analyze the screenshot provided by the user. Okay. List out phrases or sentences from the screenshot. Break down those phrases around professional finance. And we have the link. The link works. That's beautiful. Process of building GPT, you have to do a massive amount of testing. The same way in, any programming. You should test as much as possible. Retired is probably too restrictive, but the other ones seem really good. Speak with is too restrictive. We're gonna give 5 examples. Phrases that are too long and then money is too short. Yeah, I wish we could actually use some tokens and generate some message before the GPT-V because this is kind of stuck with a dot, isn't the best user experience. Okay, so it doesn't do step 4. Come on. Why not? Double check that. If not, let's see if this one sentence fixes the issue. Obviously, I could spend 10 hours just fine-tuning these custom instructions, but briefly explain what you're about to do. But this is definitely the best list we're getting so far. I'm liking this a lot. Wow, okay, we are almost there. Identify and remove phrases that are not... Just make sure, always after you do big changes, make sure to update it so you don't get an error and lose your progress. Okay, it's doing shorter phrases, 2 to 4 words, amazing. I mean, this is a key step because, if it's too restrictive, then people won't want to use it. And if YouTubers don't use it, then there's no point. This one is questionable, but other than that... Okay, so the last step is turning all the files we have here into links because right now I only have the crypto one. All right, so this is good. So what I'm gonna do is turn all of these txt files into... And code interpreter should be able to do this with ease. I don't know. Maybe it's having trouble with CSV. Let's look at the code. Okay, maybe we should do it one file at a time. Maybe actually we should use GPT 3.5 for this. Yeah, I did not think of that. So I'm gonna copy this, go here, gonna edit this. So now we have this file. So if I do copy raw file and go into my studio, Control V, boom, all of these crypto phrases are now here. I'm actually gonna include the custom instructions here as well. But I'm gonna do 3.5. Let's see. Oh my god, yes, this is beautiful. Okay, so maybe GPT 3.5 is still useful. So I'm just gonna do all the files. Okay, so I've added all of the files into the GitHub repo. So for example, I'm gonna show how you do this passive income one, right? So you go here and you click this button, copy raw file. You go into the studio, under community, you go into here, blocked words, and you simply go Control V. And it's gonna add all these words if you have a channel about finance, you probably don't want to block all the finance terms. But if you have a channel about, I don't know, gaming, you just block all of them, right? I do AI videos, so I'm just gonna block all of these. Now, before I do the final test of this GPT, what I have to do is I have to update the custom instructions. It has to be comma separated. Let's try again. When you want to build really solid GPTs, you have to do a ton of testing. I don't know why the links are taking so long to write out. Maybe I'm just gonna point it to the GitHub repo, to be honest. It's crazy because thanks to GPT-V, we just take a screenshot and paste it here. Like 2 months ago, we couldn't do this. And now we have GPT agents that can actually combat scam comments on YouTube. Like the broad public has no idea what's coming. It's insane. The one downside of using GPT-V is that it slows down the token generation quite a bit. Again, like I'm making this completely open source, that way all of us can work on this and constantly improve the database. Because right now it's like 700, 800 words. We can easily make it 7 or 8,000 or 20,000. I mean, it only depends on the amount of people that become contributors. But yeah, actually wait, no, I want to add one more step. Okay, so actually here, we need to add a step here. Based on the phrases from step 3, generate a bullet list of 20 new short phrases. I almost forgot about a very, very crucial step of creating a, similar keywords. Because, okay, generate a list of 20 new short phrases, similar in nature. Yes, come on, go. So yeah, I just updated the conversation starters. That way, even people who don't watch this video can actually use it. Wow! See, this is interesting. These scammers are clever, like, oh wait, there is one mistake. Combine the lists, step 3 and step 4. Wow, I almost had a pretty large error. Okay, this is by far the best balance I've ever seen. This is not too restrictive. Just imagine how many people will be saved. Hopefully this video does well. Like the better it does, the more YouTubers use this, and the more YouTubers use this, the more scams we prevent from happening. Wow. Okay, this is really solid. So anyone can just post a screenshot from a scam thread, even if you don't have your own channel. You can post it here, analyze the screenshot for the suspicious phrases, generate 20 more similar phrases that are also suspicious, output them in a CSV list, and then point you to the database where you can become a contributor to the open source database. If you have a request for a specific GPT you want me to make, then make sure to follow me on X and send me a message. And if enough people want a certain GPT created, I'll make sure to make a video on it. And if you learned anything in this video, then please subscribe. It takes just 2 seconds.